Hello and welcome to SirSmuggler's Let's Play episode 31. And today I want to start building the stuff I need for the high-speed rails from Railcraft. And I have been to the Nether a few times and gathered a few more blaze rods. Actually not that many, but I blame that on a bug in the logistics network. Somehow when I return from the Nether it can sometimes act up a bit, and it ended up eating a bunch of my newly acquired blaze rods. But that's just... stuff happens. Anyway, let's get on with it. So I'm gonna go with 5 of those, and how many slime balls? Yeah, let's just try a few and we'll see. And what else do we need? We need these nether bricks, a whole bunch of them. Let's make it so, and a bunch of soul sand as well. So that should be everything. Now these rods we're gonna turn into blaze powder, quite simply, and the slime balls into magma cream. And let's see, nether brick, soul sand. If I remember this, we put in magma cream, and we get the blast furnace brick. So I am gonna need a few more of those, I believe, so yeah. I'll just get a few more slime balls and I'll be right back. So I got the last few pieces of stuff that I need. 36 blast furnace bricks should be enough, I think. I'm gonna bring with me actually some iron as well, just for demonstration purposes. And I've prepared some space here next to my coke ovens. So if we start placing these things, almost the same as the coke oven, only it is one higher. Let's see if I have calculated correctly here. Yeah. So once I place the last brick, so it's the same principle of this, only one higher. So it's a 3x3 base, and it's 4 high, and there's 2 empty spaces inside. And we get this little opening, meaning we have completed the blast furnace. Not to be confused with the blast furnace from advanced power systems, of course. Now this one we use to create steel from iron ingots, and we need to put fuel in, and that's going to be coal coke or I believe charcoal works as well. So I put in that. We should start to process. And as you can see, this is a very energy intense operation, since each piece of coal coke is worth 2 pieces of ordinary coal in terms of heat, and I think it took 2 of those to make 1 steel ingot. So this steel you can do some different things with, and I'm just gonna let it cook up a few more pieces and I'll be right back. So now I got 32 pieces of steel, and the first thing we could do is you make standard rails in the rolling machine. If you use bronze you get 6 pieces, if you use iron you get 8, and finally if you use steel you get 16, so you double your amount of rails. And but that's just an efficiency thing. What I want to do now is take my steel and some redstone and gold. So I'm gonna have to go get myself some redstone and gold, and I'll be right back. I got kind of tired of running back and forth, so I decided it was time to install a request pipe at this little facility here. So I should now be able to request some redstone and some gold. And I was thinking we should put up something like this here to pump out the finished materials and put it into the chest here. Like so. And I'm not entirely sure if this works, but we'll try it. So let's put down a torch here to power this thing. And this hopefully won't pull out the fuel. And it doesn't look like it is pulling out the fuel, so if I now put in some more iron, let's see if he will pull out the steel. Yep. Nice. So now I have the basis to automate this thing as well, in the same way as we have with this. But let's first continue with this what we were doing here. Let's see, gold, redstone. If I take my steel ingots and gold and no, not redstone, blaze powder. That's what I need. Yeah, you get the high-speed rails. So you see, that's why I need a lot of blaze powder. Well, that's the next reason. The first reason, of course, was the blast furnace itself. So that gets you the high-speed rail, but we also need stone rail beds instead of the wooden rail beds we've used so far. So let's see how you craft those. So to make the stone railbed you're gonna need stone slabs and also rebar, and you make rebar in the rolling machine. Take 3 iron like that and you get 4 rebar, or you can use your steel and you get 8 rebar. So if I now combine, backpacks are great, but sometimes they're annoying. like so, I get stone ties, and as you probably can guess, this is going to work the same way as the wooden ties. So you take 4 of those and you get stone rail bed. Now you can combine the stone rail bed with the high-speed rails that we produced, like so. You get the high-speed tracks. Though we are gonna need some other tracks to accelerate and brake carts on the high-speed rails, because well, if you're just using normal boosters, you're not going to go any faster because it's a high-speed rail. So you need special boosters for those, and if you are going at high speed and go into a normal track without slowing down first, you're gonna have an explosion. So high-speed rails are kind of dangerous, but I think it will be interesting to try it out. So I'm just gonna collect a few more items to get this blast furnace automated, and also automate probably the production of stone rail beds. And as I showed you earlier, the rolling machine doesn't want to work nicely with the crafting pipes, so I can't, or I could, there are some workarounds that you can make it work with chests and stuff surrounding it, but and satellite pipes, but I'm not going to produce that much of it anyway, so I can handle it manually. If all the other parts are automated, it should be fine. So I'm going to collect some more materials, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have set up the standard combination of polymorphic item sink and provider module under here, and I've decided to keep steel and rebar in this one. So let's just grab some coal coke, and we have some iron here, yep. And the gate here is set up the same way as the one controlling these pipes here. So when this inventory is full, it's going to emit a red pipe signal. That signal comes up here, and we're going to continue it like this. And we have our supplier pipe that will supply this one with say 8 pieces of coal coke, and I don't know, 8 pieces of iron. Let's go with a few more actually, like that. And of course we're gonna need our wire on it, and the gate. Tell it if you have a red pipe signal, disable the pipe. So that should work well, and of course we're gonna need a standard logistics pipe there, because we're gonna have an intersection there, so yeah. But the wire should be able to go like so, and onto this guy. Like so. That's nice. And since I have this request pipe, I can just order up a basic logistic pipe. And I don't have to run anywhere, that's nice. And looks like the structure pipe is like connecting to the surface there, but that's okay. Kind of looks cool actually. So again, we're gonna need, not gonna have a pipe there, this is just something to climb on. And so the wire, and here comes this guy, like so. So now we should get a bunch of iron and coal coke. We'll see if it goes to the right place. Yeah, excellent. So we can remove this. And everything's working as it should. Now I could have used another color on the wire and routed it in the same way as this one, but doesn't matter much. That would have cost a lot more resources though, because you would have needed a golden gate or diamond gate to interact with the other colors of the pipe wire. So that's pretty neat. And next I think I want to set up auto crafting for these stone tie and stone rail bed, though I'm still debating on just how I want to do it. As I have the wooden rail stuff produced here, I want to have standard rail. I want to have the stone rail bed crafted in this area as well, but I'm not quite sure where I want to put the crafting tables to make it look nice. So I am gonna ponder for a bit and I'll be back. Okay, so I rearranged things a little bit here, and I put up some auto crafting for the stone ties and stone rail bed, and I got the pipes underneath here, so that way I can easily expand with more crafting tables here if I want to. And well, let's get crafting. I'm gonna want, I don't know, a bunch of those. And of course we're gonna need a couple of those, maybe even more, we'll see. And what else? Redstone, a bunch, and some gold. And we should be good to go. Turn this one to blaze powder. We got those, and gold went in here, of course. So let's start off by making a few more of these, and of course we need the steel we have created. Get our high-speed rails, and I did a few earlier high-speed rails, yes. And as you can see, this one is really eating through my coal coke here. So, well, that's okay. It's meant to be used anyway, so let's see. Standard high-speed rails you get like that, and then we're gonna need transition rails to increase and decrease speed. And let's see, maybe I should craft up one more batch, but I'm gonna need more rails for that, so we're gonna need one more blaze rod. These things are going fast. I'm gonna need to make another trip to the nether, so collect some more. Of course I forget the... And that's not done in the crafting table, of course, it's done in the rolling machine. Keep forgetting that as well. So again, steel and gold went into my backpack again. Other backpack. And back to this one. Standard high-speed rails. So let's go try these things and see how it works. I really should move the chests closer together. Rearrange this area again. But anyway, let's go. So I'm gonna take a minecart here and ride out to the long straight where I want to install the high-speed rails, and I'll be back when I'm ready for that. Since it's very dangerous to collide with anything like mobs or random animals running around, I'm gonna start in this end where the track is elevated from the ground, so hopefully nothing will be on the track. Now when I start hacking up the rails here, it's gonna mess up the signaling system here, so I'm gonna have to reset that later. So I'm gonna pick up all these, well, not all, but a good amount of rails. I got 32 high-speed tracks, plus of course the transition tracks, 8 of them. I might need more of these, we'll see how it goes, but anyway, I'm trying to keep my episodes a bit shorter than the 30 minutes that I usually aim for. So I think I will actually wrap up here, and we'll continue this build in next episode. So I'll see you next time, hopefully. Until then, bye bye!